Good morning everybody from wherever you are. This video, it's a bit of a different one. I'm growing up and I've got a bit of a big decision to make, or a couple of big decisions, and I want to ask you guys because it's focused at you guys. This is some important stuff coming up and I'm trying to work out what to do. So at the end of the day, this channel revolves around people watching my videos, people getting involved, subscribers, all that sort of stuff. And a big reason for buying this bike was I wanted something that's entertaining for content, something that I could do different stuff on. When I started this channel, I actually had the Suzuki GSXR 750, and to be honest, I was kind of bored of the bike by that time, and I mean, it was a little bit too nice to take on tracks. I know it was just the GSXR, but it was just too tidy, had some expensive parts, blah blah blah. Anyway, so this at the time, in my opinion, was the right purchase for the channel. I knew I was going to be able to do some track days and just do some different stuff on it, because it's not exactly a common bike. But fast forward a little bit over a year and I'm at the same sort of point where I feel like I've done everything I can do on this thing. I've done all the mods and all the things that are going to entertain you guys. So I'm thinking of selling it. I don't necessarily want to, because I do love this thing. It's fun, but I do find myself in the position where I'm going for a ride and just riding for the sake of it and chucking the camera on and not really knowing what I'm going to film. And I feel like that's leaving a little bit too much room for just giving you guys a bit of junk content. I really do want to step up the channel. I really want to step up the content, because the better the content, the more views, the more money the channel can make, and then the better stuff I can buy. So I want to really start thinking of my purchases a little bit smarter, and I guess think of it more like a business, not just chucking GoPro on and going for a ride. So clearly, if I do sell this, I need to buy something else. Now I've got a couple of bikes in mind. Now, I just need everyone to remember, this is not my full-time job. YouTube does definitely not pay me enough to go out and buy any bike I want. But if I do sell this, number one, is anyone interested? If anyone's watched the videos on this thing, they know it's done, it's finished, there's nothing left. I can't imagine there's any other mods I can do to this thing to make it faster, more fun, blah blah blah. Secondly, what am I going to buy? Like I said, I've got some ideas around what sort of bikes I think I want, but then I've got other ideas around what I guess is going to be a smart purchase for the channel, so that it's going to be entertaining or educational, or a bike that's fun to modify. So there's obviously a couple of big questions here. Number one, like I said, money is not exactly an endless thing that I've got, so it needs to be realistic. Hence why I'm thinking something along the lines of a mid 2015-ish R1. An R1 I think would be a really fun replacement. It's a bike I've never had. I've ridden one or two here and there, but they're never mine, which means I can't ride the thing exactly the way I want to. And I just think if I can find one that's fairly standard, you know, if it's got an exhaust on it, whatever, that's fine, but I want to be able to do some mods on it. I want to be able to do some educational videos on how to do some stuff on the bike. So I think an R1 from around that 2015 model, after the big facelift and reconfiguration. I know there was a huge upgrade on the bike around that era. There are some obvious bikes out there that everybody kind of wants. Like an S1000RR is a bike that would be really, really cool. It'd get a really good reach for the channel. Honestly, I think number one, it's a little bit out of the budget to find a good one. I don't want to buy a piece of junk. I want to be able to ride a bike that is going to work. That's a fairly obvious one. But if I can find something in that sort of between $10,000 and $15,000, it'd be ideal. Here in Australia, those S1000s for a good one, you're looking at 20 grand. I just don't really want to spend that on a toy. I've got a few bikes and I don't want one bike that's worth the value of all of them. But of course I'm open to ideas, so I do want to hear suggestions. But more importantly, I just don't know if I should keep this or not, because I can afford to buy another bike, I guess, without selling this, but I don't think that would be a smart decision. There's only so many bikes you can ride at once. Typically I'm only able to ride one bike at a time. I'm not good enough to do anything otherwise, and like I said, I feel like I've squeezed all the content out of this thing that I can. That doesn't mean I can't just keep this thing to enjoy it, go for a ride. I can still do some little hood rides, I can still ride this thing to work. In saying that, that's what I'm doing right now. I've never ridden this bike to work. It's a bit of a long ride, as you can see. It's not exactly a fun road, but lane filtering is going to be a lot better on this than in my car, of course. And I definitely want to focus the next 12 months on riding sometimes just for the sake of it and actually not film it, because I don't want riding to become a job. So there's a couple of big things to keep in mind here. That I definitely could keep this thing because I do love it. There's obviously certain rides that I can't do on any bike other than this. You know, we can do those fun little street rides where we jump in and out of canals and back streets and alleyways and stuff that I would never do on a sports bike. So it still has a purpose. It doesn't have to go. But if I do get rid of it, that means I can buy a better bike. I can spend more money on the bike because I've got a bit of money in the bank to play with. So the next question is obviously, do I keep it? I really don't know what to do there. Bro, big do you think your Corolla is? Why? Why? Bro, it's a Hilux, not a Mack truck. Oh, I need another coffee. There's the one downside about riding. I can't have my coffee in my cup holder. Luckily I work at a coffee roastery. Should be some coffee there. Ooh, big bada boom. So that is going to do it for this video, guys. Obviously I do want to hear your thoughts down in the comments. Should I keep it? Should I sell it? If I do sell it or keep it, what should I buy? Any ideas? And of course, if anyone wants this bike, hit me up, we'll have a chat. It's done, there's nothing left to do on this thing, but I'm going to get stuck into doing some work. I'm going to get in there, get this day done. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you bang those buttons below, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Ew.